dong, ring a ding 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 dong, ring dong, ping pong, ding kong. Welcome back to another episode of that one show that you watch sometimes. It's brought to you in part by a monkey and a computer, also a minister, also sometimes maybe a little sinister. Who cares? The change is coming. Or maybe it's more of the same. I don't know. From the reputation of the ecosystem itself. And there's nothing we can do to stop it. It's how we cope with this change. Will we respond rationally? Will we learn to speak to the world with a new humility? And recreate structures within our own communities? Or sustainability? And will we continue to live in illusion? And in a way, it's a matter of awakening ourselves to our new reality and responding to it. Ooh. Well, look who it is. It's you, YOU, those people out there in that internet zone or whatever, I don't care. Here we are again, doing it again. Whatever it is, this is it. Whatever it is. So here we are, together again at last. I know you wanted this. I didn't want this. But, just get the shit over with. Can you hear me? Yeah, you can hear me. What's up? Anyways, welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of the best worst show on the internet. I'll be your host, Manuel Chavez III, or the Turd, depending on how you know me, otherwise known as Defango, otherwise known as Murderer, otherwise known as the most evil man on the planet, otherwise known as a minister, an actual ordained minister. Used to be Catholic priest or whatever, but, you know, everybody seems to forget about all that shit. You've lost your faith, Manuel. You've lost your faith. No, sir, I have not. I feel like you just never had any to begin with. Anyways, welcome back. Focus stream today because I don't usually get into this bullshit, but just this one just took me back, honestly. It's just, I don't even know what to say. Like, I thought we were done with this shit. Apparently not. Apparently I am wrong. And you know what? I am the first guy to admit that I am wrong. You know, maybe I do have super fucking powers and I can bilocate, teleport, and be in multiple places at once or whatever. I don't know. What I do know is, what's up, Dead Game 47? Nice to see you. What is up? No one here yet. How you doing, Mr. J.R. Riggs? Yes, we are back once again to the unfortunate cicada bullshit that exists because, you know, I try to be cool and solve an internet puzzle and instead got introduced to the craziest fucking retarded people on the internet. Is that like, no, that's probably not the best way of putting it. No, yeah, a secret group of dumbasses hell-bent on being dumbasses and doing dumbass shit to people that don't want to do dumbass shit with them. Is that better? That's probably better way of putting it. But yeah, it all goes back to this shit. And, you know, honestly, like, I feel like I need to, like, say a prayer. So, you know, Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and in the hour of our death. Amen. Yep, still remember that shit. Don't know how I do it. Oh, it's right. It's because I am one with the Virgin Mary, you know. She gave birth to baby Jesus. I like baby Jesus, you know, just thinking about a little baby God, you know, and you're like holding him, you're like, oh, little baby. Oh my God, you're so powerful, you can destroy everything. I just don't believe people can believe in nothing, you know. You just believe you're gonna go to nothing. You're nothing. You don't believe in shit. You know, you can't tell me that you believe in Satan, you don't believe in God. That's stupid. That's a conundrum. But People that tell me they believe in nothing, and I'm just like, well, how is that any different than, believing in God? Because when you die, you go back to God in heaven. And for you, it's just, you go back to whatever your God is. So it's either you got God or nothing. It's basically the same shit. Oh, you're gonna go big black void darkness. Okay, that sounds eerily similar to what everybody else is gonna freaking do. So minding my own business as usual on the internet, just checking shit out, and then somebody, the robot tells me about it, and then I have to go verify because you trust the robot, but you verify, and this propped up, and I was just like, what the fuck is this shit? David Shurter is live. And Stolpman. Is that Nathan Stolpman? God, I haven't seen that guy. I've seen he's been live streaming lately. Okay. Then I see Thomas Schellenberger. Oh, Jesus. That's what I said, really. I was just like, oh, Lord, give me strength. And Lord was already like, you already got all the strength, bitch. Suck it up. All right, fine. Let's do this. Anyways, and obviously I'm like, I got no part in any of this. Like, don't drag me into your LARPs, please. Like, I don't want to deal with your fucking LARPs. It's been years. I'm not a LARPer. We've proven that over the top, like 10 times over. I don't understand what's wrong with these people. I don't know where they come from. I don't know what gets them into these brain sets. I mean, it's the whole reason stuff like QAnon exists in the first place is to teach people about this kind of crap. But you know what? When you got a person that believes something, you can't change their mind. This guy wouldn't even let me change his mind. I think no one here yet said something really interesting, right? He says, I really can't comprehend the entire thought process that was in this particular situation. That's what he said. And it's because I don't even understand the whole thought process into this thing. To be perfectly honest with you, I had to share it in the Discord to try to figure it out, right? And I posted a comment on his video, right? And I made another comment, and he deleted all of my comments, blocked me on Twitter, just for even talking to him. Like, I'm some big evil person, and I am not allowed to talk to him or do whatever. I don't know, man. Dude, but you're right. Old school crazies. And, dude, we got a couple of folks over here that I got to say what up to. Actually, so let's do that. We got Yekum24, Bradley McGee, and X Gold. Yeah. So, looking into this, it's just like, what? He says, Defango, stop using all your different accounts and disparage yourself in order to try and take down my channel. I'm taking screenshots and sending it to law enforcement. They're removing comments and blocking all your accounts. I'm not playing, but I appreciate you giving me stuff to send to the police. Like, who the fuck is this guy? I don't even know this dude. Like, you're talking about me. So I'm like, yo, what up? I'm Defango. Can you please keep me out of your LARPs? I did not murder Issac Kappy. That's pretty clear. Right? Like, I wasn't even there. I was literally live streaming fucking hours away. And I have witnesses and cameras and shit. Like, there's no way. I mean, unless I could just... and then I'm in a fucking different place, which... as far as I've told, I don't think that I could do that because I have never fucking done that. I don't think anybody's done that. If you can fucking do that, I think you're immune or something, and you should not show anybody that shit because they're gonna fucking put you in like an underground facility and stab you full of needles and shit. Although you can't just teleport out of there, so you're probably not gonna be there for very long until you figure that out. Maybe it's like there's like a lead component to it or something. I don't fucking know how that shit works. But it's crazy, bro. Like, what is this? Like, I didn't ask for it. I'm what? Like, all I've ever done has been pretty clear about the whole Issac Kappy situation. Like, I don't have anything to do with that. He was talking a bunch of nonsense about shit. And I didn't even talk about any of that nonsense the one time we talked on stream. And then, you know what? We put out phone records and all kinds of other shit that showed exactly when we talked to him. I'll never see David Shurter do that. I don't even know who this fucking guy is. And then, furthermore, like, I hadn't even talked to him in months, like 2 months, right? And the last time I talked to him is because I was trying to tell him, hey, you need to get away from these people. These people are nuts, like, these people are crazy. Like, I ditched them a lot of them months ago, and they just keep crawling back. New accounts, new different people, and you know what? As we've been saying for years, don't want anything to do with any of those pieces of shit. But then here we are, once again, right back into the middle of it. And it's just like, I don't get it, dude. Like, look at this fucking weirdo, right? He's got a YouTube channel with 8,000 subscribers, and why are you talking about me? What did I do? Right? You're just blocking all my comments and stuff, so it's like you're allowed to disparage me online, and I'm not allowed to make a response to it? Like, who the fuck are you, dude? Like, seriously. And it's just like, here, I will go to the anecdotes, right? Because we could go search through the transcripts on his video, and I'm mentioned at least 11 times on the page, so we can at least listen to that and try to fucking piece together what's happening. But Nathan Slopeman ain't got nothing to do with that guy. I haven't had anything to do with that guy for fucking years. Don't even care. Thomas Schoenberger, same. Took his ass down. Took him to court. What the fuck? You know? But no, we're back here. We're back here once again.
And he started talking about Thomas Schoenberger and Defango. Defango, I guess, is this woman who helped set Nathan up, or not Nathan, but Issac Kappy up.
Wait, what? I'm a woman? The fuck?
Who is also now dead. And I did rotate my plans. Thank you for the suggestion. I do take suggestions. So
So first off, not a woman, definitely a man. Definitely got a bigger dick and balls than you. My dick and balls produce more semen than yours do. I have more virile than you are. Whatever. Anyways, I just feel like, what the fuck? Huh? Like, obviously we're not dealing with somebody that actually knows what they're talking about. We're dealing with a LARPer here. You know, this is a grade A, 100% cut in the wool LARPer. I mean, Nathan Slopeman, LARPer. Thomas Schoenberger, extreme LARPer and criminal. Makes sense to me, right? Like, it's just, what is this? Right? Like, why am I even in here? And obviously, it's because the guy's talking about Kappy. He's talking about Kappy and mentioning me. Well, he mentions me 2 minutes into the video, and then at 15 minutes, he starts talking about me again. But he's always roping me in with Schoenberger, which is really weird. You know, because as I remember it, I was the one that was targeted by Schoenberger. They tried to snitch jacket me, and I beat them at every turn on that. And then the only reason that they ever come back up is because some retard that was a part of their group after the fact started tagging me for them. So, like, that's what I see happening here very clearly. Like, they ain't no way that you're going to try to tell me it's anything different, because I don't even know who this fucking guy is. You know? So let's just go to the next little bit in the video at 15:05 here.
And Defango, then investigators need to go find out what the fuck he knows. Whether or not he has issues is beside the point. You know?
Yeah, man, whether he has issues is beside the point, bro. I thought that's the guy in ours. I need to go talk to him, find out. Like, who is this fucking guy? Sounds like he's blazed out of his mind. That's what it sounds like. So, you know, yay for me. And then what does he mention just before that? A cold, is it what? And then he's talking about Thomas again. Okay.
One of these idiots has issues. Isaac had issues. I just got an email today.
Oh, I got an email.
Those of you who are on that email list, you can go see it. But, he was just like,
yeah, it does probably have something to do with
investigating David Shurter, and you know that his grandfather was a Nazi too. Well, you know, all of the motherfuckers that were in Hummel Park killing kids, they were all fucking Nazis. So my dad obviously was involved with Nazis. My grandfather...
Oh, cool. So I got a white Nazi guy after me. That's great. Yeah. So I'm basically not human. Like, seriously, this is a grifter. This dude is a nut. Like, what is he even talking about, bro? Like, what does that got to do with me? I don't understand. It ain't got nothing to do with me. Like, this is some weird fucking lore about myself that I never heard before. So 17 minutes, we got some more mentions. And it seems like he's talking about Hispanic families. Like, what the fuck? Let's just listen to the newest thing.
Someone new in there. Wonderful.
What's up, Virginia Olsen? I don't know who this guy is. He started talking about me on the internet, and he's got more subscribers than me. And he's accusing me of, I guess, being a part of Issac Kappy's death or murdering him or some shit. Blocked me on all these channels when I simply was just like, yo, don't drag me into your LARPy bullshit. Like, what's the problem? So now, we're just going to do this.
Wonderful Hispanic woman. Great dog. So it's not like they're not renting the place. It's just certain people, they're not redoing their leases, which I'm not going to cry about, As far as Nathan goes, if he knows about Thomas Schoenberger and Defango, I never knew about Defango. I didn't find out about Defango until when I opened up comments and started talking about Issac. That was when I learned Defango, because for the longest time, I didn't even know. It's not Section 8. It's not Section 8. These idiots aren't on Section 8. I don't think there is any Section 8 here. It would be HUD, not Section 8. And it's...
Yeah, he definitely seems like a boomer, but what the fuck? What the fuck is Section 8? Isn't that like with the kind of housing they give to poor people or some shit? Like, I don't understand. Why? So, there, he says that people have been commenting on his videos about Issac Kappy. What does that sound like? That sounds like exactly what Thomas Schoenberger and his people have been doing to me for the last, I don't even know, however many years has it been now? Like 7, 8 years now? Fuck. It's been a long ass time, dog. So, I don't have anything to do with this guy. I don't have anything to do with the Issac Kappy thing, but the only people that run around talking about me murdering Issac Kappy, even though they know it's 100% false and verifiably false, are Thomas's people. And then we have this guy talking about him, acting like he's exposing him or something. Like, it doesn't make maybe I came into the narrative at the wrong place? Maybe? I don't know. But, it doesn't seem like this is real whatsoever. Like, I don't have anything to do with Issac Kappy's death. He wasn't my friend. I never met that guy in person. Ever. Talked to him on the phone a couple of times. I had one interview with him. And you know why? It's because the first time, it was because of Thomas. Remember? Yeah, Thomas is the one that hooked that interview up. He was Thomas's friend, not mine. I talked to him one time online, live, right? And then I still remember putting out live my fucking T-Mobile phone records with the exact times and dates that I talked to him. And it's like, Kappy was crazy. But do I have anything to do with that? Do I have any more information than anybody else? No. I learned the exact same time everybody else did. Because somebody came into my comments and posted a link. Like, how is this guy trying to, reinvent a very, very verifiably true story? I mean, shit. I was live streaming the entire time, and then I was only off live for, maybe 6 hours before I went live again the next day. So it's like, none of this shit makes sense. It just don't make sense. I mean, it's just kind of crazy. But, look at how sure of himself he looks of this shit. This is what those kind of people do. Like, this guy's got no morals. I mean, I'd almost go to the point where he's like some kind of demonic presence, right? Because normal people don't do this kind of shit, right? Especially even on the internet. Like, you have to actually be willfully evil to just repeat any of this stuff, especially if just because you saw it in some YouTube comments and you didn't actually even try to research it for a second. It's kind of crazy. Just think, it's just nuts. And then he's talking about Section 8 HUD. Like, what does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with me, dog?
They're not Section 8.
You got some crazy conspiracy about Section 8, some people that are after you, making fun of you or whatever. It's probably just Thomas because you were his friend and then you stopped doing his bidding and then him and his fucking cronies came after you. Huh, where have I fucking seen that before? Why would you drag me into this? Oh, right, it's because, do you want my help? Well, this isn't how you get my help, blocking me and all that other shit. No, this is how you get me to get dragged into your bullshit because you're still probably working with them. It's very clear to me, you're not going to outfox me there, champ. I mean, really, you just don't have any meat or potatoes to your entire endeavor here, right? Like, he mentions me a couple of times in the video. The thing's over an hour and a half long and at 54 minutes. Again, back to this weird narrative.
Nathan Stoltman. But if Nathan Stoltman has information about Thomas Schoenberger and Defango and can help expose what happened with Issac Kappy, I ask that you open the doorway and shine a light on that and bring it to everyone's attention. Everything that's been hidden in the dark is being brought out into the shadows. And obviously we can...
What do you mean? What do you mean? You're gonna do a fake prayer, or you're gonna act like I can shine light into a place that I already shown the light? But did you not get the video? You didn't watch the videos? You didn't get the memo? You didn't pay attention? That's what it seems like, right? That's what it seems like. Doesn't seem like anybody was paying attention there. It seems like somebody's just running amok on a narrative. And then when you go down here and you see these comments, like, it just kind of doesn't make any sense. I have no... Here, let's just let the AI read his comment.
I have no idea who you are and honestly don't care. But I do know you are completely wrapped up in the murder of Issac Kappy. But thank you for your clarification. And I blocked you because I figure you're part of the Sawtown rats and are completely bad news. And I was right. Funny thing is I'm the least of your worries as your group is already throwing each other under the bus to save themselves.
Sewertown? Isn't that Jesse's thing? So, there's another indicator. He's apparently at ire with Sewertown and Jesse and Pavana, which who's the only people that attack them other than Schoenberger cronies? And then this guy's probably been beefing with them too. Like, think about that. Yeah. Think about it, dude. He doesn't have the balls to come and talk to me. He ain't got the balls to fucking even have a discussion about it. But nope, he knows everything about it.
LOL Mim. I might not know who you are, but others seem to. Read the comments. Save your threats and insults. I have to respect you for them to work and have no doubt I don't. At all. I find most who bring up Schoenberger like you have are controlled opposition and are working in league with him. Your game is about to come out of the shadows and into the light.
He's literally saying what Thomas says verbatim. Like, literally. And then he's saying that I'm still working with the guy. So yeah, I'm still working with the guy that I literally got a restraining order, protection order against. Yeah, that don't make no sense. Actually, nope. Doesn't make any sense that I would be friends with the guy that's been spreading bad news and mischief about me for years because I didn't want to play his game. Like, that's kind of crazy, dude. But yeah, we have all the accoutrement in less than 3 comments here that tells us exactly where this guy's coming from. Like, I don't get it. Like, what am I there? I'm in league, controlled opposition. Like, I honestly don't care. Other than just to be like, isn't this weird? Like, do you know anybody else that has to deal with this kind of crap? Because I don't. I know people that have massive channels. Tim Pool, oh, I got twatted a couple of times. Yeah, fucking, woo, big deal, motherfucker. I get so much worse, right? And they know they don't have any good information on that, and they're just trying to spin a narrative. It's just like, it doesn't make any goddamn sense at all, right? Just a day by day type situation, and then just a quick look at like the type of videos this guy's putting out. You know, he's saying that I'm in league with Thomas Schoenberger, and how many videos has he posted in just the last couple of weeks that are talking the guy's name? I could pick out a couple just looking at the page right now. Even more so, I can see he keeps on mentioning Lucian Greaves, which is another name that I've heard already because there was another LARPing ass motherfucker on the internet. What the hell was her name? It was some fucking girl. Some chick, right? I think her name was Becky Percy, was one of them, one of the fake SRA survivors, and there was another one. You know, like I've seen that name come up a bunch of fucking times, and that's even the same group of people that, you know, were hanging around, Kappy was hanging around with before he died, apparently. So, yeah. You know, now you got to realize is that, you know, we're back under we're back under the thing again. They're gonna start swatting us again. They're gonna start doing all kinds of shit to us, right? Fucking life ruination tactics, and oh, guess what? It coincides with right around my birthday, just like it happens every fucking year, right? So this is their first guy that they're sending in, and obviously he's not even respectable at all. He says he's got no respect for me. That's fine, buddy. I don't have any respect for you. I don't respect shit. You know, period. End of story. You clearly have no morals. You clearly are not a smart individual. Your level of intelligence is mediocre at best, and you can't even speak eloquently or belabor on a point for long enough for anyone to take any sense from what you're saying. So I feel like it's just kind of weird, right? Because look at what he says. Your channel's toast. So it's got the Sophia music thing. You know what? Well, what do I have to do anything with that shit? Nothing. This is just those guys and their games, and this guy fits their entire cutout perfectly. How many times have we seen this exact thing get put together? How many times have we seen this thing happen? I mean, a bunch, really, is what it is. And the more you start looking at it, this guy's going to start proclaiming Jesus and all this shit. He's got like Celtic knots and shit on all this stuff, talking about satanic BS and child trafficking. And, oh, yes, killing of Issac Kappy isn't even a secret. So it's like, how long ago did he get into this situation? Is the real question. You know, like, how long has the guy been around? And let's see, 7 years ago, 10 months ago. 7 years ago, 10 months ago. This is the demon in the flesh.
Never tried this before. I'm trying to figure out this whole podcast thing.
Oh, yeah.
So now I'm live.
I just gotta, like, you know, get up there and start making videos and accusing people of murder and shit.
Sanctioned Catholic exorcism happened. You know, that's their big claim to fame. I didn't even know that till I bought the house and moved in. And Fiona, the woman from Australia
Barnett,
who told me Erling's claim.
Fiona Barnett, the other LARPer that Kappy was hanging out with when he was in Australia. The one that says that she was raped by a man that she wasn't even around to see.
And whatever they released in that girl is alive and well in that town. And then I moved to Harlan. That's 15 miles away. I mean, I hate it there. At least I like my house here. You know?
You can really piece it together pretty clearly when you look at it in a positive light. He's following the same pathway we've seen everybody else follow. He's talking to the same people. Fiona Barnett, fucking Becky Percy, He's probably even made videos about that other girl that was just recently on it. What was her fucking name, dude? I don't know, but she was bringing up Lucian Greaves and the satanic thing, but I can't remember her fucking name. Just have a folder of all her bullshit on sitting on my fucking desktop. Like, it's so exhausting trying to figure out where all this comes from, but really, it seems like 10 months ago he wasn't doing anything, and then he started taking the turn into the satanic bullshit pretty much almost instantly, right? So, like 10 months ago, he started making videos talking about Fiona Barnett and that other chick, and then she just keeps on bringing up all this weird satanic shit. And then let's see, I wonder when the first time he's actually talking about Issac Kappy, and it was 5 months ago, right there. The dead Issac Kappy Club seems eager to set me up. Like, the fuck, dude? So we're slowly watching this guy's descend into madness, right? So you can obviously see they picked his ass up about 10 months ago, really started running him on the YouTube. He was kind of getting a little bit of play. They probably got him one good video right here. And then he started making the Kappy content, started beefing with those guys, probably I'd have to say 3 months ago based on what I'm looking at here. And then only very recently has he started to actually start throwing out Thomas's name. So it's just like, you can't even make this shit up, dude. Like, you can't even make it up. It's so ridiculous. It's such a crazy LARP, dude. I mean, even when we look back at the little Twitter thing, like, look, all these guys got me blocked, so I can't even talk about it. What's this? You're lying again. You and Corey were in Arizona with Dowd, and you were probably the troll under the bridge that threw Kappy off. Like, what? Geo Farnsworth, give it up. You should have brought. Take it out, Owen. You're bad criminals. You need to stop lying, David. I called you out to everybody in CloudSec. You're almost as bad as that lying grifter Defango lady. You both are lying commies that can eat shit. Like, look at this crap, dude. Like, does it make any sense? No. It doesn't make any sense. It never made any sense. So, I guess it's just going to be the new normal again, right? Having to go back down that bullshit rabbit hole that leads to nowhere other than the death of Issac Kappy because he fell off a bridge, which really sucks for his family and everybody else that loved him. But, you know, why do people got to blame me for that shit? And the only people that blame me for that shit are Tommy Schoenberger and his friends, knowing full well that that is 100% false in every way, shape, or form. The only thing I ever tried to do for Kappy was tell him to get away from those people. And he didn't listen. And he died. You know? That's why we blame them. Right? We blame them because they're the ones that were putting all these thoughts and feelings or whatever into his head. We never even fucking met the guy, dude. They knew him way before I ever did. It doesn't make any sense. Right? So the level of willful ignorance that this guy has to achieve just to even put himself in this situation with this information that literally has nothing behind it, right? There's nothing behind it. But the only thing that's behind it are the words of criminals, thugs, thieves, rapists, drug addicts, womanizers, and maybe even murderers. Right? So it's like my word, the guy that has the security clearances, can get the government jobs, and do all the big shit, that has proven himself time and time again after this whole situation, that even with the highest levels of harassment and craziness in the world, you can still get back onto your stack and get away from it. Or you can still get along with life and fucking deal with it, really. And then this is how it happens, right? Every single fucking time. You know? It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. I think the thing that we should leave off with is this, because it's the last message that I got from the 11/11, and I think we should think about it.
Oregon, June 10, 2023. Thought Adjuster. Subject: Choose to ask. Message received by Agnes. Thought Adjuster. Dear child, as you strive to hear my voice, the thought entered your mind that the Father certainly did not wish that this process be an ordeal for his human children. Jesus understood its simplicity: ask and you shall receive. You must initiate it by asking due to the sovereignty of your free will prerogative. Asking is a personal choice while receiving involves you and the divine. Let us look at it from a different perspective. What stands in the way of receiving? The first impediment is human incredulity. Some of the contributors to that disbelief were handed down generationally by religious spokespersons who proclaimed themselves to be the middlemen to such subliminal communications. A legitimate observation is how little many of them have contributed to global spiritual enlightenment and world peace. On the other hand, one man, Jesus of Nazareth, single-handedly demonstrated during his short lifespan the reality of heartfelt human-divine communion. He asked and he received.
Green Stash, they just simply can't. Unfortunately, all they have are LARPs and dreams. And on my side, I got the top of the top watching my back every single second of every single day.
Received, thus truthfully bearing witness, the Father is in me.
Like, I got a name that is known. But they know that I will always cooperate and help them out doing anything that they know. And they know me as being like a Dodge guy in the sense that I show up and I make shit happen in very short periods of time. I deliver results. And then I get the fuck out of there.
Me and I am in the Father. Such a bond was real, both to his heavenly counterpart and himself. Your unwavering faith in your divine indweller is, therefore, a prerequisite to this process. It is the expression of such a can-do spirit that will make you succeed. As well, because you are longing to have a personal relationship with Spirit, you have to make it personal. It is that it is between you and him, no middlemen. How else could you experience the Father's love toward you? Even if you have trouble hearing his still small voice at this stage of your spiritual experience, by regularly sitting in the stillness, be ensured that you will be infused with his ever-flowing love, as it is an integral part of his message to you, a divine flow of energy that does not need words for its expression. It is real and experimental if you devote time to it. Keep in mind that the Father may catch you off guard. It may be when you least expect it that his message will hit you lightning-like. The answer to your questions will be forthcoming in divine right timing so that there is no possible way for you to miss these joyful and enlightening aha moments. To sleep on it is pertinent advice, as it is a relaxed state when your mind disconnects from its worldly preoccupations, a great opportunity for Spirit to step in and plant its inspirational seeds. Again, remember that patience and trust are prerequisites to your forward spiritual evolution. To sum it up, choose to ask, trust in the process, and
Remain proactive. Yes. I think that's what I'll do. I hear the message loud and clear. So yeah, I guess we will just sleep on it in a relaxed state of mind and disconnect from those worldly preoccupations and just take a little look-see and see how things are going. Because we have to trust the process, right? You know, they're putting them back in front of us, and I think more or less they're just kind of showing us how insanely stupid this whole situation is. You know, what's the question? Why do they continue to push this forward? Because they got nothing else? So just trust the process. We'll always be able to rise above any of this nonsense and gobbledygook. It doesn't matter how many fucking followers they got, right? They could be the biggest of the big, like, and they're still not going to ever make a dent into the reality of things. I mean, this dude's probably been talking to that Tory bitch, too. We've heard it 1,000 times before. He's bringing up all the same names from all the same loppers that have been seriously exposed to the point where most of them they just didn't. They just fucked off for how long? Years. Like Nathan just showed back up, and it's very interesting to think that Nathan showing back up coincides with all of the other bullshit. So it's very clear that that group of people, whether they're working together or not, and they want to, are because they're getting pushed together. All these people are getting pushed together by one deciding force, right? And we can all agree on it, but everybody still wants to sit around and point the fingers. So I guess what's my message to David Shurter is, hi David, I'm Manuel. You're a piece of shit. But you already know that. That's fine. We kind of established that already. But, I don't really know what you're looking for out of this, but I can guarantee you that you're not going to find anything that you're looking for. And if you think that you can even attempt to shake me by talking about going to the police and making videos about me and lying about me on the internet, no, I'm sorry, you can't. Because, I've had to deal with people that are so much bigger pieces of shit than you and then stuff them into the fucking ground like a little bitch and then send them crying home to their mommies. It's so easy, right? I'm about to do that again for work. Because I had to bring somebody in, get some information, and very lightly tell them that they, are super liable for a bunch of really bad shit. But it's all part of the process, right? People don't get away with shit, okay? People never get away with anything. Not even me, right? Some people think that I've gotten away with stuff, but no. I never got away with anything. I've always had to put my time down and work to get myself out of that fucking hole. And even now, we're not even in a hole. We're at the top of the hole. We're just kind of looking down at us. They're looking too, and they're saying the same thing. They're like, dude, how is this even possible? Why do they hate you so much? Why are they so, we don't see this level of shit for anyone. You must have really pissed off somebody. You must have really just broke some group. You know what? Probably they're still real angry about it, but there's nothing they can do other than this, right? This is the epitome of their ability, right? Because they're too afraid to go any farther. And I've dealt with people that go much farther than any of the stuff that they've ever done. Just kind of weird, man. On one side we got these guys like Schoenberger and Shurter and fucking Lestat, and all these cicada weirdos that have all these ideas and think that they're all fucking holier than thou, but they're just fucking trash. And then we got people like the doctor, right? Refused to talk to me, finally has a conversation, realized that they were just 100% wrong, but then they're still trying to find something wrong. They're like, oh, you believe in Russia. And I was like, I can give a fuck about Russia. I ain't afraid of Russia. Russia got old shit. They can barely hang on. They can't even take out fucking Ukraine when we're giving them barely anything. I mean, we're giving them a lot, but we're still giving them nothing. And, you're worried about that shit and you don't see the shit that's going on with fucking Israel and everything else, and you're not worried about that at all. You're just as fucking brainwashed as those other people. And that's the point. All these people are brainwashed. I broke them when I became the Ultra Grift, right? Because now they just call me a grifter, right? But, have we made any money? No. Is that what this is about? No. It's a fucking parody, dude. We're making fun of them, right? Because even in spite of whatever they do and however much they fucking work, we still don't have to fucking try. We're still going to do better than them, which is insanely hilarious after all of these years, right? I don't even go live every single day, but I still have to deal with this shit. And it's weird, right? So I think if we trust the process and just remain proactive and hitting these guys when they talk about it and bringing up a little video here and there and saying, hey, check this shit out, I don't want you to think that it's over. It's not over. it's still the same as it was when I streamed every single day. I just don't stream every single day because I was fucking tired. And now I'm starting to, get into my new sleep schedule or whatever, so I think it's going to be good. I honestly don't like getting up early as fuck in the morning, though. I still don't like it. Not a bird, not a fucking chicken. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fucking owl. Woo-hoo! I'm a night owl. Either way. Yeah, so I'm just going to keep letting them have their fun, I guess, calling them out. I mean, dude's going to obviously take this and run with it and say a bunch of shit about it. And if he does it, well, then he's just dumb and he doesn't even know what he's trying to do. Like, because he's obviously trying to do this to become popular and make money. That's what all these fucking guys do. So, we'll have to just see where he goes with it. We'll just be proactive and be patient and just trust in the process because we all know what comes next. We've seen it happen time and time before. So, now it's just a matter of, is he going to do it better or worse than the other guys? And then we can gauge him on like a level or whatever and see, how good he does, right? Because we might as well like have some fun with it. Well, we're being forced to be a part of it. So, that's it. I guess his own words, you're right, his own words will tell. That's right, your own words will tell. His own words will tell too. I guess that sums it up. So, that's it for me today. Appreciate you guys popping in for a little bit to at least dive into this little topic here that we don't bring up very often because, it only gives them boners because they think it's like, oh, he wants to play. And I'm like, no, I don't want to play. I don't want anything to do with you guys or your bullshit. I thought that made that very abundantly clear. Like, stop dragging me into your bullshit. Like, find somebody else, dude. There's thousands of other people. Get a new fucking shtick. Come up with some fucking new material. Like, be creative. That's what you guys are supposed to be anyway. Creative people. But you come off as a bunch of uncreative dumbasses because you literally do the fucking same thing every fucking time. It's like borderline insane. I think it is insanity. Right? It's insanity. Lunchy, where are you? You up on the bed? Lunchy! The cheese! The cheechers! The cheechers! No, 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 no. Yeah, Lunchy's still alive. She's just feeling real thick because she had some steak today. That's right, she had some steak. Yep, some steak, a little salt, a little pepper, and some of that ranch rub that you like or whatever. Nice and tasty, huh? Yeah, it was real tasty. But yeah, Lunchy's still alive. She is live. She's still got her chi-chis. She's my big girl. And I love her. I just figured I would show it to you. She's just like, I was just laying on the bed, Daddy. I was just like having a good dream. I was eating some steak, and then you just pick me up and bring me over here. Yeah, I wanted to see you. I wanted to see you, Mamacita. Yeah, bless her little heart. She's the best chihuahua ever. Can you do this with your dog? Some people can. That's how you know your dog loves you. Trust. She trusts me. She's like, yeah, Daddy, you're not going to draw me. Definitely not. Well, how come you freak out when you get close to the edge of the bed on the other side over there? Lunchy, you're big as fuck now. You were like a tiny little baby. It happened one fucking time. One time. You fell down there. And sure, it was scary. I saved you immediately. And then we built the pillow wall over there so you didn't fall through. But you're a big girl now. You're too big. You are not gonna fall through there. Okay? Okay? Just trust me, alright? Trust me. Alright. Teddy, you've heard of that's the first you've heard of Save Shurter? Yeah, me too, dude. I never heard of this guy before. Seems like a fucking dumbass, though, that's for sure. Seems like one of those satanic super soldiers. Speaking of satanic super soldiers, I haven't looked at this book in a while. What is this David Shurter character? I was praying against all dark powers and watching my friend, the Chosen One, was knelt down, drawing symbols or language into sand. Suddenly, my began to play, and the Chosen One was saying something. It was intense, and then the Chosen One ran off into the woods. My friend came back, and they said they got a verbal spiritual warfare battle, and the Chosen One threw up and ran into the woods. I told him then that I knew this was not a random visit. I even believe to this day that the coven behind this Chosen One may have been doing satanic warfare in support of their members against us. The agitation was real, and I did feel it in the air that night. It reminded me of the troubled feeling of the Apostle Paul must have had in Acts 16 when he had a girl following their team around. The girl had a spirit slash python slash demon operating through her. Interesting. Yeah, I think that actually perfectly sums that up. I'm gonna put a little, post-it note right there on that one. But yes, I do generally believe that David Shurter is one of those individuals that has been overtaken by a spiritual demonic entity type person. That's the only thing that could really explain the dissociation to reality and his, the making up of things. And, people would like to go for science when they talk about that stuff. But, religion and science are pretty close together if you really think about it. So, yeah, it definitely seems like this is not a random event, and this is just a evil spiritual demon that has been sent to stand in our paths and chase us around. Probably getting sent by the group of chosen ones, aka Thomas's group. Demons. Kind of makes sense. Yeah, don't you wish that you were so in tune with the universe that you could just get a book to give you information like that? Well, you are, actually. Well, if you believe you are, that's part of it. But you actually got to do it, you know? What's the problem with feeling all the atoms in the table or in the rug? You can't do that shit? Why not? Hmm? Yeah. So that's it. Bye bye for now. Thank you for joining us for another episode of the best, worst show on the internet. Yes, my lord, this sucks. But we're here together in the now, at least appreciating the struggle. Because, if you don't remember, part of what started off on this channel, this channel originally was supposed to be a ministry of the 1111 and the truth of our connection with everything. And maybe it still is. Maybe I'm just ignoring it for too long, but I am actually a minister or whatever. I'm a minister of the Life Church or whatever. So the New Life Church, Universal Life Church. Although I gotta go buy a new set of things because I don't know where my shit went. You know, you know what the you ever seen the Universal Life Church, dude? It's real. It's real. Right there. Universal Life Church. Become a minister. Have a ministry. Look at who I'm on the Life Church with, dude. Benedict Cumberbatch, Conan O'Brien, Ian McClellan, Sir Paul McCartney. Oh, that makes sense. Because I met him that one time. Holy shit. And I was wearing that purple fucking thing, and he was looking at me like I was crazy, and I was just like, good day, my friend. Lord works in mysterious ways, doesn't it? It really does. Even The Rock. I mean, anybody could buy that shit. Just saying. Anybody can buy that shit. That's it. I'm done. See you later. Have a nice day. Bye bye now. In Jesus' name, David Shurter, be gone. Amen. Bye, guys. Go home. Or you're probably already at home. Let's be real. Let's be home at real. Bye-bye.